Hello and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program Ascent, where today we've got a little bit of science data back from our last mission on Minmus, and I wanted to come in and take a look at some things. Now here is our landing on the tech tree. Here is our landing and larger heat shield. I think we're going to need these soon. We're going to go ahead and buy them. I don't think we really want to. I would love to get these too, but I think once we land on Minmus or the moon, we can start getting more data and science, bringing it back home, getting the full benefit of the science. So we're just going to go ahead and grab the landing. And I have already built a ship in the VAB for such a mission. Here is the ship. I wanted to get the landing gear because I didn't like these little flimsy landing gears. More than likely this is going to Minmus and not the moon. So a little robust landing gear here, a little bit better I think. We'll jettison all of this of course when we come back to Kerbin with the science on board. We don't have a whole lot of battery because we're just going to be bringing stuff back. We're not going to be radioing in too much. Just, I didn't think about that. We better stick about 200 on there. Where's our electric? Should we go with, what are these? These are 100. We could take 200 or one thing of 200. Both the same weight and everything. Oops, two. Put them up high, put them down low. I don't want to block anything from. See, we've got a ladder over here and a parachute up here. It's a drag chute. So, let's just stick them on the outside of this and push them in a little bit, maybe. I know it doesn't look great, but keep the little light on top. Gives us something to focus on, I guess. So they're symmetrical anyway, so that'll be that. We have charge, we have battery, we have communication, we have landing gear, we have a ladder, which we won't need, but still the ladder. This will land on the surface of Minmus. Hopefully, I'm not sure about the Delta V, but hopefully we can get to Minmus with this rocket and almost land with this rocket. Take back off, make orbit around Kerbin with this rocket. This is our simple landing or lifting vehicle. It's just a normal lifting vehicle. Lifts 9 tons to low Kerbin orbit. So this will more than likely maybe even get us halfway to Kerbin, to Minmus. I don't think I need this much fuel up here, but we'll take it anyway. We'll close these, start retracted. That's our vessel. We're going to take a pilot. Well, I put this up here in case we want to take an engineer or a scientist. But at the moment, we don't have any scientists to go out there and fix anything. So I think Jebediah should be the first pilot to land on Minmus. So we have everything in order. Here's our staging. Oh, let's check our thrust is 2.4. So of course we're not going to throttle up that much with this rocket. Turn the thrust limiter down. It puts it at 1.58, 1.42. Still a good little rocket going. It should be good enough. We can turn it back up if we need to. Gets us down to 137. Hell, turning it off. What's that get us to? 131, We may even separate that. Well, we'll keep it up there. We'll keep it up, we just won't turn it on. How about that? So here we go. We're going to launch, go into Minmus, and Melvie, this is a Minmus Exploration and Landing Vehicle, the A model. So let's save it because we changed some batteries and everything. Save it. And let's launch it. Go into Minmus. Launch, of course, is the hardest part. Jeb's excited. Let's take a look at our target, which is Minmus. I hate launching the Minmus when it's in this position in the sky, because we may run out of battery charge. But here we go anyway. We're going to get the show on the road and launch in 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're going to roll over. Getting ready to jettison our boosters. We're going to go ahead and throttle up. Passing through 8,000. See if the computer can hold that. Or Jebediah, basically. Passing through 12,000, it's continuing its roll, just using the prograde to hold. I'm going to watch as it passes through 19 here. We do want to save a little bit of this fuel to get us to, well, I guess this rocket will have 1,400. That's going to get us out and get us in orbit of Minmus. Passing 24, we're going to roll on down just a little bit. Don't want to go too much, but let's check our map. We're off a little bit on the 90-degree trajectory, but it doesn't really matter because we're not going for a 90-degree trajectory anyway. We're going to have to make a change, as it were. We haven't checked our science either on here. We'll get to that one. Okay, we're going to be in orbit momentarily. We'll stop at 77. That's about normal for the space station anyway. How much fuel do we have? We have 1,461. Oh, I may have overdone this. It'd be better if we took another ship, connected it, and took another pilot, let's say, over to Minmus. Now he would orbit Minmus while the lander goes down and lands and comes back up. You know, kind of like the moon mission. Maybe that was just a very, very, very good oh, we might be close to our ascending and descending nodes. We could make a small adjustment here as well. To the north, maybe? Ooh, it's hard to turn. Well, let's go ahead and get into orbit and make that burn later. Here we go. This lifting vehicle will lift 9 tons to a low Kerbal orbit, so I think this was around 7-ton cargo payload. Okay, periapsis getting ready to pop out. We're in orbit. Okay, we need to make this burn. 30 seconds. We are turning our ship straight up compared to the surface of Kerbal. We're going to make a 331 meter burn. We have 500. Here we go. Should be close enough. This blue line now should match the yellow line of Minmus. We can launch anytime. And I hate launching to get to it out here because it's going to be behind the planet and we're going to be in the dark. But more than likely, this is our time to burn. So let's take a look. We want to burn out to about 900 meters. Oh. Here's... Oh, yeah, okay. Whew. Okay, that's a little close, so we'll wait a little bit. Yeah, we've missed it here. Missed it here, so we're just going to go a few more minutes. And we have our encounter at 917 meters per second. See what it looks like. Of course, we can get it closer than that. Take a look at this one. We are really close, so that's going to be really good. Let's go ahead and keep that at 919. We have 171. We're actually going to use it. We're going to save all we can. Excuse me. This will be debris in space. We'll be making our burn in about 30 seconds. And Jebediah will be on his way. We will make just a quick burn a little faster because it's going to take longer to burn this stage than it will this one. Okay, here we go. Okay, we're going to jettison this stage. And burn the remaining. There we have our encounter. And as we come back, we'll get an encounter with the moon. But we're going to hang out there for a little while. Might be able to get that closer. Let's take a look. Let's burn just a little bit more. Okay. 73. So we'll come in on this side of Minmus and prep for landing, but more than likely we'll be in the dark. So let's hibernate this, even though we have Jeb on board and he can do things. He can get out and turn, rotate if we need to. Okay, about half full on this one. We have 708. That'll get us out there and slow us down. Yep, looking good. Go ahead and F5 and save it. And I just realized I didn't take any science experiments. Well, proof of concept. We don't want to lose a whole lot of science experiments. You know, a Kerbal's not that bad. He can be replaced. But yeah, that was kind of silly. Okay, let's see what we've got. We're going to be in the dark most of the time, probably. Go ahead and fast forward time. We'll come back and get rid of the debris at a later date. Oh, antenna. The antenna. Here we go. Need to get some sunlight on these panels. I even said we were going to bring back the science. We weren't going to send it. Proof of concept. If this works and we have a lot of delta V left over, then we'll know, what we can take. F5 and save that. Let's get on out to Minmus. Now we've been out here before just for a flyby. So a flyby of Minmus. Okay, we're still on the in this sector of the sky, this quarter of the sky. We haven't made it to the way I measure things is put the sun at 12 o'clock, Kerbal at 6 o'clock, and then in Kerbal in Minmus's orbit, which quarter is it in? It's still in this quarter. Diadem. This is Ursa, Diadem, Alcibar, and then something else. A, B, C, and D. Cursa, Diadem, Alcabar, don't remember. So we want to, you know, if we can, let's try to land where the lander is. So let's get down here and get into an orbit. Just going to stop right there because I think we can do some high science above certain things. Already did that one, but if we EVA high over Minmus. Okay, already got it. Get back on board, Jebediah. Quit playing around. Let's get down here to the maneuver node and burn and get into orbit of... Yeah, the lander's on the dark side right now, so it'll be a while before we want to land on the surface next to it. If we land next to it, we can grab some of that science and bring it back. Maybe get into orbit, load it up on the space station. Science lab outside of Kerbin's orbit, low Kerbin orbit. That would take a little bit more fuel because we'd have to fall from Minmus and then meet the science lab. Yeah, we're not going to have that kind of... Yeah, we're not going to have that kind of stuff. So, we could go ahead and try to land here. But I would like to get in a lower orbit. We're at 74, I think. What is it? 25 gives us a low. We're still high above Minmus, so yeah, we need to get lower and lower. Uh-oh. Get on board, buddy. There we go. Let's bring our periapsis down a little bit. We're still retrograde. Down to 19 maybe. As we fly over these biomes, we can get more science data. Let's go ahead and warp over to this side. F5 and save it. We'll get into a retrograde orbit again if we have enough battery charge. Yeah, we're losing battery charge. The engine should produce a little bit here though. Okay, let's watch our apoapsis. Down to 21. Down to 20. And we're coming out. Where is Kerbin? Kerbin is right there. So this would be a good point to start landing. Do want to make sure we can get some low science flying over. Okay, we're still in the dark for now. Let's give it just a minute. Until we can see the sunlight. There we go. Okay, Jebediah. Let's see what we got. just above Minmus's Midlands. So we've been here before. Go on. Yeah, it's time for a landing. We're going to fire our retro rockets to there. We're going to burn up just a bit. We're going to come in for a landing over top of the Great Flats, I guess it is. Or it could be the Lesser Flats here. Right on the edge, he'll be able to go and get maybe slopes, maybe some high, and just a bunch of data for us to, wow, 32 meters per second, but it's going to take a little bit more to land. We have 487. I don't know. Let's see what happens. This is looking promising. This rocket is good enough to carry out maybe a mystery or a science goo and material safe studies bay. Science Junior. Let's get set up for this burn here. Something I thought about putting on was monopropellant and the rockets to go along with it. You know what? The planet is going to turn, so I'm going to move this a little bit. Just going to move that just a little bit because we can adjust it later. Okay, we've got 15 seconds for a 1 second burn. Let's go ahead and speed up time a little bit. Okay, and make sure we're on target, and here we go. Very good. We are on our way descending to the surface of Minmus. Take one more EVA. Nothing, Lowlands, been there, done that. We're going to use as much of this 400 as we can. Typically we'll only need 200 to land, but we'll jettison it just before landing. So let's go ahead and speed up time. Let's hold retrograde just so we know which direction we're traveling here. He's going to jump out one more time just in case. Nothing new to report. $130 meters, 131. Lowlands. I'd really like to get the slopes or something right now. That would be just awesome. There it is. Let's board, and we will send that back to Kerbal just to let them know where we are. See how much battery that uses. Yeah, not much. We'll be able to take another one just over the flats. I think we're over the flats. Let's try it. lowlands. Don't want to get too much time out here. There it is, lesser flats. Get on board. Go ahead and send that one as well. And fire up our engines. Now it's more likely I could gently land this rocket down onto Kerbin's or Minmus's surface. We are going to use just as much as we can use, saving all of this as much as we can. We had 350 thereabouts left. Meters off of the surface of Minmus. We'll go ahead and jettison that. I don't know. I mean, we could. Yeah, we don't want to lose too much of this delta V. Let's just use as much as we can until we get to the end. We'll go ahead and get that out. Shadow isn't going to help much, but be all right. Yeah, we had what, 350, so we used 100 landing this heavy rocket here. We have landed. The little bounce. There goes a little extra fuel. I didn't even see how much it is. I'll look back at it, but we have 1,247 meters per second on Melvin here. Melva. Let's go ahead and report to Kerbal Space Center that we have arrived. Ouch. The sun is directly above us, so these solar panels aren't getting any. We'll do an EVA, grab us a report from the lesser flats, and take a surface sample that will be going back to Kerbin with us. It's 150. We will not be radioing that one. And with this, We are the first Kerbals on Minmus. Yeah, we could label it if we want to. This was the lesser flats. I like doing that so we know whether or not we've I think he's trying to climb it. So we've got our surface sample. We have our crew report. We planted our flag. We are going to board Melva here and just kind of take a break. We'll go out and get these slopes and highlands and lowlands, surface samples from here, and then eventually head back to Kerbin. So we'll be out here for a couple of days exploring. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. Give me a like, thumbs up, comment, subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.